14 months have passed since Connecticut's new gun laws went into effect, all in the aftermath of the Sandy Hook tragedy.
So how are Connecticut gun makers doing at this point? Well, one is gone, another does remain. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Davis joins us live with more. Good evening, Mark.
Hi, Keith and Ann. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. That's right, 14 months into the state's new gun control law, and business for at least one of the state's gun makers is not so good. While the smaller PTR Firearms of Bristol moved their entire operation with about 60 employees to South Carolina, the much larger Stag Arms continues to operate here in New Britain. The rush of orders for the popular AR-15 rifle early last year is long over. The rush was caused by people trying to beat the deadline in April when the rifle became illegal in Connecticut. But if you had purchased one before the governor signed the new law, you could keep it. You just had to register it. Connecticut is among 6 states that now have some kind of ban in effect.
Business has really slowed down, but what we're doing is coming up with other versions or other configurations to try to keep as many jobs in Connecticut as we can.
Other versions for the states where the AR-15 is banned in some way.
Right.
Yeah.
Coming up with configurations that comply with the law.
But unfortunately, there are fewer people working in the 4-building complex here. 14 months ago, there were about 200.
After the law passed, unfortunately, it did nothing to make the state safer. And in fact, it hurt jobs in the state of Connecticut. So unfortunately, now we're down to about 150 employees.
For Malkowski, that was very hard. It was the first time he had had to lay off employees in the 11 years he has run Stag Arms. As for the years ahead, and if the company does see any growth again?
Any future expansion we do for the business, we will look for other states just because of how difficult it is to operate in the state of Connecticut. Yeah. But for right now, we are going to be operating here.
He says that he has lost some regular customers as several smaller gun shops have closed around the state. And some out-of-state customers are unhappy that he continues to do business here.
They would rather see us in a different place.
Now, Stag Arms has already made and is marketing one modified version, Connecticut-compliant version of the AR-15 rifle, but it's really just a .22 that looks like an AR-15. He says they're working on another version that he believes will be compliant with state law here. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.